welcome. We are going to get a review of our self-made accelerator from Theresa Mastrangelo, magician Angelo. We just laughed about this before we came on and did the recording because I knew that I was going to hack her last name, but it's not what I'm good at. I'm good at tech and building things and strategy. I never said that I was good at pronouncing last names, but Theresa, thank you so much for hopping on here. We're going to talk a little bit about your business today, what you've built with the Self-Made Hub, and we're just appreciative of you being on here. So why don't you introduce yourself and just give everybody a little idea of who you are and what you do?
Hi. So Theresa Mastrangelo here, and I have a couple health and wellness businesses that I do, and I also have my own tax business. So I started with the hub in January, I believe, right before tax season started, and I needed something to get me up and running with automation and invoices and forms and so I kind of took a crash course with the hub and got everything up and running before I got super busy during the tax season.
So you have a tax business and you also have a health and wellness business, right?
Yes.
All right. So you're able to run both businesses, have all kinds of tech infused. And I love that you started with your tax business and were able to capitalize on functions that not everybody capitalizes on and doesn't even realize that are a part of the hub, which are invoicing and contracts and documents. It's almost like you can have your own DocuSign right inside of the hub. And not a lot of people know that those features are available to them. So I'm glad that you're taking advantage of those. So let's talk a little bit here. You've got two businesses, you're able to run them out of the hub. It's been an adventure of learning how to infuse tech into those businesses. And you kind of got started in and put some things together for your tax business. And you had another business that you really wanted to be able to focus on and add some things in for that business. And I know that we talked to you a couple times about our accelerator and being able to dig in with Natasha and I to be able to build some more tools for both businesses. So what made you finally decide to take a leap of faith and join our accelerator this fall?
So I actually looked at a couple of your other interviews from your first round, and I wasn't ready at that point to do it because it was over the summer and I just had my kids and I just knew I couldn't focus on it. So when Natasha approached me again this time, I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm ready to go all in with my business and get everything up and running 100% so I can have automation and have more time.
And let me just ask you a quick question. After going through the accelerator, we pretty much wrapped up the accelerator. You guys are in a 2-week blitz with Coach Fryer right now on social media. But do you feel like you got what you came for? Do you feel like in those 10 weeks, you really were able to take a fast forward on learning how to build different stuff inside of the hub?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I even though I was with you guys since the beginning of the year, I really got a lot out of it and a lot more. And it was nice because we did 1 week we did this and 1 week we did that. So I could focus on just that one piece and really get it up and running for my business. And I wasn't able to do that on my own because I wasn't focusing on everything like I should have been. So it was nice guidance and you guys helping us and helping us strategize throughout what was best for our business.
Yes. So I think one of the people that you took a peek at what she was building in the accelerator from last time was Kathleen. Is that
Yeah.
correct? So
Mhm.
Kathleen, I love when she tells the story about the accelerator and what it did for her. She says, I liked it because, and I've taught habit stacking for years, and so she equated it to my habit stacking training of taking like one thing and then building on it, and then taking another thing and building on it. She goes, you ran the accelerator exactly the same way. We learned one thing and then you built the next part onto it, and then we learned that thing and then you built the next thing on part onto it. And our hope is at the end of 10 weeks that will you have a completed shiny program to walk away with? Some don't, but it's more about having the skill set to be able to build all of those parts in and put an entire system together. So do you feel like, after taking all the different parts that now going forward and building things, you'll be able to take all that knowledge and build just about any system you want inside of the hub?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I couldn't put my head around what I wanted to build for like a challenge, but I know I'm thinking about doing one for the beginning of the year for health and wellness. That's a big thing. but now I know and understand how to do it when I'm ready to do it.
Yeah, awesome. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want people to get out of it. I want to take everybody on a little spin on two things that you've been able to build because of being in the accelerator. One is your website for your health and wellness products. And then the other one is for your tax business that you were able to take. You didn't necessarily build the tax one in while we were in the accelerator, but you took the skill set and you were also able to build a website for that. And so I'm going to share my screen if you're okay with that and show everybody what you've been working on and some of the things that you've been building.
Sure.
All right. Excuse my messy desktop. There's a method to my madness. Okay. So this one is more about your health and wellness. So I will scroll through here a little bit, but do you want to tell us just a little bit about your health and wellness business and why it was important for you to build this page?
Yes, I built this and I love how you can add more pages to it eventually. So right now I have the home, the about me, and the contact. So I kind of have everything in here that people will want to look at. So I have my Facebook page connected. Um, I have joined my team, and then I have my products that I offer. And then when they click on each of those things, it'll take them to a funnel to get their information so I can, keep track of them and follow up with them easier. And then I have my free Cortisol guide on there. And that's been a great freebie for me that people are very interested in getting. And then I have some before and afters of some other people. And then I have a list of like all the products and what they do to help people on there as well. And then my contact info. So I just love how everything's put together so nicely. And now I know how to add more pages to my website as needed for various things.
Yeah, I love it. So right here at the top, we talk about this a lot in our accelerator, right? Like above the fold. Right now we're looking at this on a desktop, but when most people nowadays are looking at things from their mobile, so this she has set up perfectly to ask them to do something immediately because you only get so many seconds on that, what we call above the fold. So she's got text me for product or business info here, which is another feature right inside the hub. You can get a phone number and you can use SMS features and functionality so that you can collect phone numbers, emails, and be able to communicate with your prospects and build that digital, we call it that digital lead list. So great job there. I also love that you have your community on here that you can on social so that you can have people joining your community and they can get all the information in one-stop shop. So when you're out and about, whether it be on social or in person, you can send someone right to your website and they can get all the things. Also love that you built in this Get My Cortisol guide. So we teach and talk about all the time how people need to start building their digital lead list. And I hope maybe that you have this as a keyword automation set up on your social media so that you can, because you crush it on reels on Instagram. I wish I could get down what you have figured out and gotten down on social media because this is a great way to build your digital lead list from there, which is another thing we teach in the accelerator, right? Is to go and create those keyword automations. Were you able to set those up yet?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have to.
Ah,
Yes, I have
yes.
to. Yeah, I have a bunch of keywords that when people comment on my reels, they'll get comments back, and I don't have to sit on Instagram and monitor that because it's automated, and then it sends them a message in their inbox too with more info.
Yeah,
So,
awesome. Yeah, if somebody wanted to, man, puts that automation on autopilot and gives you the ability to create the type of content that you create and walk away from it and not feel tied to your phone. It is like the best gift from heaven ever. What is your Instagram handle, just in case anybody wants to come check out your content or grab this guide or see what you do over there?
it is, hold on, let me look. It's cortisol help underscore mama.
Awesome. Cortisol underscore mama.
Underscore mama. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Just in case people want to come check out your content because she crushes it with her content. And then you can also test the keyword automations that she's got kicking. And you might be able to get that cortisol guide from her if you've been checking it out here. All right, let's take a peek at your tax prep one. You also have a pop-up on there. We'll get back to that, but I love the branding on this one. You did a great job, and that's a wonderful picture of you. So talk to us about this site.
So yeah, I'm so happy. I'm gonna look so professional this year for my tax clients and potential tax clients. So this one, I have connected to my Google. I have a Google business profile as well, so it's connected to that. So when people search tax preparer in my area, I pop up. My website will pop up for them to click on, so they can get a free estimate when they click there. And then I just tell them a little bit. I specialize in personal and small business
Awesome.
tax returns, and then I do have a free tax checklist. One of the local Facebook groups I'm in you have to offer a discount or something free. So I made this to kind of go with that because I'm very popular on that page. So people can come here and get my freebie, and it just has like the checklist to help people get ready for the tax year. And usually people are looking for a tax person anyway, so that helps. And then I have a couple of things that my clients are talking about. And then on this page, I love like the about me, that it has, you can learn a little bit more about me. And then the contact page I love too.
My internet is moving slow. There we go. Awesome. Yeah.
So it
Okay.
just tells a little bit about my business, and then they can also get the free tax prep estimate there as well. And then here they can literally fill out a form for me to call them. I don't really do, I know you can connect a calendar here and people can schedule right on your calendar. I just mentally can't do that
Listen,
for my business.
it's taken me a long time to get there, and I still have issues with it. I just don't like people plopping things on my calendar last minute. So
Yes. Yeah. So I mentally can't do the whole calendar thing, but you can if you have a business that you can connect your calendar here. But I have my phone number and my email here, and then my hours of operation. But some people like to call me, and then some people text me, and then some people will do the form. So it all
love it.
depends on what their preference is.
Good job. I think
Yeah.
these are phenomenal. And see, as I went to try to leave the page, this popped up. Don't forget to grab your free tax checklist. So great job putting that little thing in there. Super easy to put a little pop up, so that when their mouse starts to go, they're going to exit the page, that pops up to remind them to grab it. So good job for putting that in there.
My other web page had that too, but
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know
Awesome.
why it didn't pop up.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe because I just
Maybe
switched.
it did.
Yeah, I might have just X'd out of it. So yeah, I think that you've built some really incredible things with us in the 10-week accelerator. We were so happy to have you. And just a couple of questions before we hop off here is like, would you recommend this to a friend or to somebody else? I know we've got people from all scales of tech experience, like from the Kathleen's when she started with us, zero experience in tech, all the way to people who are like maybe Sarah, who was in our accelerator that had decent amount of experience in tech, but able to build a whole lot of things. So would you recommend this to anybody else? Was it a good experience? 10 weeks is a short period of time to learn a lot.
Yes, I mean, I would definitely recommend it. I was also on vacation for a week. Um, so I felt a little bit behind because it is fast paced. And we had Thanksgiving in there, but I feel like I still got a lot out of it. You can, since I missed the 1 week, I still was able to watch the replay for all the everything that I missed during that week. But yes, I would recommend it to anyone that wants to infuse tech in their business, especially if you want things on autopilot. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate
Mhm.
that. So all right, let's talk really quick. 2025. Now that Theresa is a year into this, she got into it, got her tax stuff up and running, but then really started to dig into all the things that she can build. What does 2025 look like for you and infusing more tech, but now kind of feeling like you have the reins? Now you know how to build the things. What kinds of stuff do you want to, you touched a little bit on a challenge you might start for January. What are some other things you really want to accomplish in 2025 now that you know how to build?
The one thing I'm really excited about, and I wish I would have done it sooner, was the 14 follow-up touch points. That's probably another favorite thing that I got out of this that I wasn't doing. I only had 2 or 3 follow-ups, and that's just not enough to capture people. So I'm excited to do the 14 follow-ups in there that we learned. That's going to be a game changer. And it just like as you know, my business evolves and I can easily do new things. I just did a gut guide the other night or last week, and I was able to get that up and running super fast because I just copied other things that I already did in there and just re maybe re worded a couple things. But yes, it was I'm just so happy to like easily do things now in there.
Awesome. I am excited to see what kind of challenge you come up with. I think that we're going to create a whole, not necessarily accelerator, but big course around creating those challenges because they're kind of a lot. And there's a step-by-step process to make it a little bit easier, but I'm excited to see what you come up with and you get launched in 2025. And it is really nice. Okay, so I'll touch on two things that you just said. Lead magnets is one of the weeks. So we really teach lead magnets and going into Canva and creating that lead magnet and how and why and what to put in them so that you guys can go and just create as many of those as you need to, because those freebie things are going to be what builds your list, right? And then the other thing you talked about is once you build that list, you start having people on it. We know that people need 8 to 12 follow-ups before they're going to actually convert into a customer. Now, sometimes you're out there and you're on social media and you have a buzzworthy product and people from your reel will just come in and purchase your product. We just don't want a one purchase. We want to keep people on board. And then there's going to be a whole slew of people who didn't just click now and buy it right at this moment in time. So you don't want to lose all those people. So what do you do with them? So what we teach is this 14 follow-up sequence, and it's a 14 touch points over the course of 30 days. And then you can continue to add on to that. We give you the framework for the first 14 via text and email. And then you can set that up and it can go on autopilot so that those people who came in that didn't buy right away are getting followed up with to the point where potentially they will convert into a customer. So that's what Theresa is referring to. And you can set those up for any product or any business or anything that you're offering out there so that people will convert on autopilot. So if you could say one thing was your favorite to learn out of all of the things you learned, what is your one thing that was your favorite?
Oh, one thing. Probably my website because I never thought I would build a website from scratch. Um, and now that I have a website and I can upkeep it myself with easy, I can change it. I just never thought I would do that like myself. And it
That's
beats
so
like,
key.
yeah, and it beats like paying someone to like, oh, someone's calling me, sorry. Like it pays, you don't have to keep paying someone to fix it or upkeep it or change something. And that's like my biggest thing I
You
never
just
thought I would
said,
do.
yeah. So you just literally stated in that sentence exactly why we created self-made in the first place and why it's called self-made. Is so that people had control over their business, because Natasha and I had spent thousands and thousands in the past to have tools and tech built for us for different businesses that we owned. And two things would happen. It needed updates, and then we didn't know how to do it. We didn't really know what sites we needed and what was plugged in where, or had the skill set to do it ourselves. And so you had to continuously, so you pay somebody a couple $1,000s, a few $1,000s to build the initial website. And then you have to pay them every time you want updates to it. And we were like, this isn't feasible for the average startup online business owner. They don't have thousands to do that with. So if you can learn the skill set one time, have the platform to always house it on and be in control of it, and it's all yours. It's exactly why we built this and called it self-made. Is exactly what you said there, so that we can give you the skill set, you can have it forever, and now that website is all yours in your system. You own it. It's not on 12 different platforms tying together 17 different things. And you know now how to go in and not only build it from scratch, but update it when you need to. So that just literally put the nice little bow right around why we created this business in the first place. But thank you so much. Any last things that you want to share or tell anybody before we hop off?
No, I don't think so. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for letting us interview you. And Can't wait to see what you build in 2025.
Thank you.